All right, let's talk about it. You're tired of making resolutions that just fizzle out by February, right? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful way to think about personal change that goes way beyond just setting goals. We're getting to the heart of what actually makes you tick. So let's start with this core idea right here. If you don't enjoy the lifestyle, you will never achieve the outcome. Think about it. This isn't really about discipline, it's about identity. If you are just white-knuckling it through a diet, counting down the days until it's over, you're just treating it like a temporary punishment. Real, lasting change happens when you actually start to fall in love with the process itself. So, why do our best intentions seem to fail so spectacularly year after year? Well, it's because we're playing the game completely wrong. We have fundamentally misunderstood how real, lasting change actually works. Okay, let's dive into this, because this is the whole key. Most of us focus on what's called second-order change. We try to change our actions. I'm going to wake up earlier. I'm going to eat more salads. But that's like trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of rotting wood. The real secret is first-order change, changing your identity. You don't just do healthy things, you become a healthy person. The actions just follow naturally. This is such a great way to reframe the whole idea of discipline, isn't it? A bodybuilder doesn't force themselves to eat healthy. That's just who they are. In fact, they'd have to use discipline to force down a greasy pizza. For people who are successful in any area, their actions aren't a constant struggle. They're just an expression of their core identity. Okay, so if it's all about identity, why is it so ridiculously hard to change who we are? Let's dig into the psychology behind why we get stuck. And, uncover these hidden forces that are secretly running the show behind the scenes. This right here is a crucial point. Every single thing you do, and I mean everything, from scratching an itch to mindlessly scrolling on your phone, is aimed at achieving some kind of goal. The huge problem is, most of these goals are totally unconscious. You might think you're just relaxing, but your unconscious goal might actually be to avoid that difficult conversation you need to have. This is the hidden force that keeps you locked in place. And this just illustrates it perfectly. Procrastination isn't some deep character flaw. It's a defense mechanism. Your behavior always reveals your true hidden goal. You're not aiming for failure, you're aiming for safety. The safety of never having your work criticized or judged. The same thing goes for staying in a dead-end job. The goal isn't to be miserable, it's the security of avoiding risk. So how in the world does an identity even get built in the first place? Well, it's this 5-step cycle you see right here. It all starts with a simple goal. That goal sparks an action. You repeat that action enough times and it becomes automatic. That's conditioning, a habit. Pretty soon, that habit becomes a part of your identity. You start saying things like, oh, I'm the type of person who. And then comes the final step, defense. You will fight to protect that identity because we crave consistency. It becomes a fortress. And that's exactly how we get trapped inside who we think we are. And this is why change feels like a genuine battle. When someone challenges a core belief you have about anything, politics, your favorite sports team, or even who you are as a person, your brain literally cannot distinguish that from a physical attack. It triggers a stress response. You feel emotionally assaulted, which makes it incredibly difficult to let go of old identities, even the ones that are holding you back. All right, enough about the problem. Let's shift gears and get to the solution. We're going to walk through a concrete, one-day protocol that's designed to break those old patterns and basically reset your life's entire trajectory. So the whole thing is broken down into 3 phases over a single day. The morning is what we call psychological excavation. You got to dig up the old roots before you can plant anything new. Then, throughout the day, it's all about autopilot interruption, using simple prompts to snap yourself out of those unconscious patterns we just talked about. And finally, in the evening, you do the insight synthesis, where you take everything you've discovered and forge it into a clear, actionable path forward. Now, that morning excavation, it's intense. It's designed to unearth the things we'd much rather keep buried. You have to ask yourself some brutally honest questions, like the ones you see here. What is the unbearable truth? What does my average Tuesday look like in 5 years if literally nothing changes? What identity must I give up? Look, the goal here isn't to beat yourself up. It's to generate the raw emotional energy that's required for a genuine breakthrough. Answering these honestly is the first and most crucial step towards real freedom. Now, let's bring all of these ideas together. The final piece of this puzzle is to reframe this entire process into a new, empowering mental model that makes progress not just possible, but actually compelling. And honestly, this is the best way to structure your efforts. Think of your life as a video game. Your anti-vision, that future you absolutely refuse to live, well, that's what happens when it's game over. Your big vision for your life is how you win the game. Your one-year goal becomes the main mission, your one-month project is the boss fight you have to beat, and your daily actions, those are the quests that level you up along the way. And make no mistake, this is so much more than just a clever analogy. It's a really powerful psychological framework. What it does is it creates an obsession with your own progress. When you know the mission, you know the stakes, and you know the next quest, all those little distractions and shiny objects just lose their power. You're not just trying to get through the day anymore. You're playing a game you are absolutely determined to win. So ultimately, you're already playing a game. You just might not realize it. It's the one that was programmed by your past, by society, by all your unconscious goals. It's just running on autopilot. So the only real question left is the one you see on your screen. Are you ready to consciously choose and start playing a new one?